What's good with you people? It's your boy Tella on Skills, and welcome to Tru Sessions. Today, I want to talk about my track entitled Without You. I want to go over 3 things. Those are the writing process, the recording process, and the mixing process. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, before we get into today's session, let me give you a brief rundown about what the track's about. Once again, it's entitled Without You. Stream it on all streaming platforms. Thank you for the support ahead of time. For me, this was an emotional track on 2 levels. 1, it was emotional for me to deliver the actual track. And then 2, it was very emotional to reminisce on these situations and recall those feelings of, was I right? Was I wrong? Was I to blame? Could I blame you for this? And I feel like some people could relate to that after the situation's over. Maybe it was a good situation. You necessarily might not have wanted it to end, but life's, and now the situation's over. And in retrospect and hindsight, you're thinking maybe it could have played out differently. So at the end of the song, pretty much my message is my arms are wide open. I'm here if you need me. And some people have that feeling, it's like, maybe it didn't end on such a rocky term to where that door is closed permanently. And I was trying to encapsulate those emotions while telling a story, while giving you something where you can listen to, close your eyes, and just imagine you being in that situation. And I played it for a couple of people before I actually released it. And they really told me they could relate to the situations, especially just getting out of a relationship. It kind of hit home for 1 or 2 people real hard. And once I saw that, I knew I was on the right direction. So if you can, download or stream Without You on all streaming platforms.
Facebook, I don't be doing this, but my brother at Young Skills just sent me this song. Lord Jesus, I'm just now getting off work. He just sent this song to me and it just makes me cry. I could feel your hurt, the pain, the word, I don't know.
Now it's 3 things that I wanted to talk about. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the writing process. And I feel like everybody's writing process is different. And I work with dozens of artists over the years. I've been blessed to be in many a studio, whether it be as an artist or engineer, coming up with the tracks on the spot, or just seeing people do their thing. And everyone seems to be unique. If you put it in a nutshell, yes, people write bars on paper, but the processes are different. And me, because I have my studio here, I can take advantage of my talkback mic. This is my talkback mic, so the person in the recording booth could hear me clearly, and we don't have to yell or scream or, do nothing extra. But I use this sometimes to record some of my verse. And I feel like writing to me is the most important part of the song after the production. A lot of people don't believe in writing, and I get it. Some people go in the booth and just freestyle, first thing that comes to your mind, lay it down, and there's nothing wrong with that process. I don't knock nobody. Actually, I salute people who are that confident to go in and, what I lay down the first time, we're keeping it, and that's it. I tried that a couple of times, and the songs that I did like that, they were great songs, but I wasn't rapping about anything at all. I was just getting bars off, and some people like that, and it's good to be able to do both. But me as a lyricist, I pride myself as a lyricist first, so I really like the process of writing the actual music, honing in on a subject if that song is subject driven or it has a certain topic, then I like discussing it. But outside of that, I like crafting the bar, being creative in my wordplay, trying to do something unique so that when the listener hears it, if they appreciate lyrics, then their radar is going off like, wow, this is an amazing bar. But I say all that to say, for me, I keep my pad ready to go. And for this song, Without You, it was a hybrid mix. I wrote some of the actual music, but then in certain parts, I wanted it to flow, and I'm not a good singer at all. So for the hook and the background vocals, I had someone do those, but I had to write those. So for those initially, because I knew no one was really going to hear it, I sang some background vocals and it sounded horrible. Sang out the hook a little bit, it sounded horrible, but it all came out together once handed to the vocalist. So for me, and even in some of my raps, I didn't just go in and write every bar. I came to my talkback mic at some point and I freestyled a couple of bars, or I came to my talkback mic and I would just do a little bit of the melody, so that way I can come back in and write something. I'm big on writing. That is the thing I love to do. And there's nothing wrong with freestyling. And if you are a dope freestylist and you can still be lyrical and subject driven while coming off the top of your head, I think that's amazing, and kudos to you.
Good job, Young Skills. You keep making that music that touch people's heart, because I've been crying ever since I left work at 7 o'clock. I can't turn off the damn eyeballs.
Now that we talked about the writing process and I told you what the song's actually about, let's talk about the recording process. My recording process is definitely, I don't think is unique. I feel like it's a lot of people out there recording themselves, so that's definitely not unique. But what I feel is unique to me, it is me having access to my DAW from inside of the booth. And it saves me from running back and forth. I used to run back and forth, especially when I first got into this place. It'll be an endless run. So now that saves me a lot of time, and I like the workflow like that. Now that everything has been laid down and the verses and the hooks and the ad-libs and everything is in place how it should be, the last final step to this for me is the mix down process. And I like to have fun with my mix down process. And sometimes I like to do it in a 2-day type of session where I mix something down after I record it, get it how I like it, and then come back another day and listen with a set of fresh ears and see if it's still exactly how I liked it. So for this track in particular, as you can see, I got all of my vocal chains running through different aux channels, and then that all goes through. I like to do parallel mix buses as far as my master bus. So I have all of my vocals going into one chain, and then I take that chain and run it into my master. Do I know if that's the right way to do it? I'm not 100% sure, but nonetheless, let's listen to what we just recorded. Yeah, the guy to give me every time.
Real talk. Look, I understand. Over time, feelings change when things are different. But I thought our foundation was solid. We was built different. It's the little things that matter the most. And I say, for instance, taking time to speak to your heart, building a friendship. Sometimes I wonder, do you think about me? At times it's hard thinking about you doing things without me. On the road to love, we got lost and couldn't find our destination. I wish we would've reached our location with no hesitation. To get you back would be my motivation. But it's hard battling against their conversations and the way they hating on the things I would do for you. How could you question what was really true? Why would you fester over nights that I was with the crew? In hindsight, I was neglecting you, a thing I said I never do. It wasn't me, but I promise it wasn't you. And my only regret, all the things we couldn't do. Lost goals, dreams that's not pursued. Remember all those problems we got through? I'm really missing you, baby, please believe me. Cause I'll be here if you ever need me.
It's so hard living without you. Every day feels like a snow.
I absolutely love it. I think one of the standout things that made this track gel together for me Probably was the auto-tune. It's just so, it's like in the background, so slight. You can barely hear it. I have it channeled out right here, as you can see. But it's light. It's not major at all. Yeah, pretty low. Just a splash of auto-tune. I like that. It seems like it brought everything together. Something new that I learned that I want to share with you is the lo-fi. If you have a beat and you want to give it a little bit more saturation, a little bit more color, just add a lo-fi. And I like this because it's a standard plugin. So if you don't have any bundles or fancy packs or anything and you want to beef up your beat just a little bit, you add the lo-fi effect. And the only thing that I think you should really mess with is focus with the distortion. Just cut it up a tad bit, not a lot. If you go too far, it's literally going to distort the whole beat. But just a little bit of that will definitely make it sound fuller. So don't have to mess with the saturation. Don't mess with the noise. It's not going to give you the desired outcome unless you want something that sounds gritty and distorted. Then, hey, go for it. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything I do to get the track ready. So you can download this track. You can stream this track on all streaming platforms. Once again, this is called Without You. I am Truth Tella Young Skills. You've been watching another episode of Tru Sessions. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And until we meet again, be blessed and stay safe. I'll catch you on the next episode, people. Peace.
And I love the way my brother expressed himself with his music. And look, still crying. And I'm not even listening to the damn song, but it's stuck in my head. I love you. I love all of my brothers and my sisters. I love all of y'all. And y'all need to all listen to Young Skills song, because it's something in me that he is bringing that I done held in.
Destination. I wish we would have reached our location with no hesitation.